know who his friends are, know why he's doing this.
Or at least know that the tattoo of the Nazi insignia on his forehead means something.
That I didn't see.
No, just kidding.
Oh.
No, I'm saying a lot of times the signs are obvious how somebody is.
Yeah, when they go into prison and then they get a prison tattoo, depending upon which gang they align themselves with.
Yeah.
Which is really a tragedy, because if you want to survive in prison, you have to align yourself with a certain gang or group, so at least you know somebody has your back.
Yeah, it's a shame. Either that or you become somebody's...
Yes, we know. No, then
unlike Mark, I will not
then
use
then you
such
become
language.
everybody's, you know.
No, not unless if you're somebody's.
Well, if you're not aligned with anybody, then nobody protects you.
No, but sometimes you will align as not, but not as because you're tough or anything, only because you are wearing a wig.
Well, the best thing to do when you're in prison, go up to the biggest, toughest guy that you could find and smack him in the nose. And do 30 days in solitary, and then everybody will stay away from you.
Yeah, they'll all laugh at you, just like him.
What was that?
They're all going to laugh at you, just like the guy that you smacked in the nose.
Well, he'll probably still be standing.
Exactly.
I wouldn't exactly say I pack a mighty wallop in my hand. I'd probably break my wrist.
Yeah. You'll probably... I can see you, Mark.
Yeah, this guy will be like 6'7", and I'll crawl under his legs,
yeah,
you know?
Try to run. Anyway, we're told that you guys sound good, which means our quality is good.
Oh, well,
today.
that's good. Because I don't know, for those of you who haven't tried to listen over the last couple of weeks, we have had a problem with our audio.
Yeah.
And we had to cancel. We did 2 shows, but we had to cancel and not put it out.
Well, we have to delete them for obvious reasons.
And they were 2 good shows, I must say. One gentleman called up last week from Atlanta.
Loved the show, but he said, boy, you guys sound like heck. You're terrible.
He said if we're going to be talking about the same thing, which basically we are, the only added thing is...
wait a second.
Charlottesville.
I don't. If anybody's calling, I don't even know. No, nobody.
No. I've been looking.
Yeah, but I haven't been on it. I've been on this.
So, if he does call back, that's great. I've been telling some of my friends, excuse me, who were used to listening to us on Friday, that we're now on Monday.
Because his friends used to go dancing on Fridays.
No, they still do.
And other people go out on Fridays.
No, there are some people that go to bars on Fridays and hang out.
That's true.
And my friends go dancing.
So we decided maybe Monday, especially during the summer, would be more optimal for our listeners.
Well, the only thing going, as Felix and I have discussed on the air, it's a Monday and people work the next day, so it may be difficult for them to do everything that they have to do and then give us a little bit of their time.
And, okay, I just want to make sure we cannot get our chat room going in blog, but we do have it going in, what do you call it?
In Spreaker.
In Spreaker, and I will start a chat if I can on Spreaker on blog, but that's going to cause a problem. Then I won't see what's going on, and so I'm not going to do it here. How do we do this? I can't tell if there's callers.
Well, listen. Instead of playing around with it, why don't we leave it alone? If Elisa said that she could hear us and it's clear, that's good enough for us.
Yeah, I know, but it was nice to be able to open up a chat room in both places.
Well, let's settle for one.
I did.
I think most people who listen to us listen on. They either get us through iTunes or the cloud.
No. That's not on live.
Well, that's blog. That's the blog.
Yeah, live it's only Spreaker and Blog Talk Radio. And most of our callers come from Blog Talk Radio for some reason. Because I think Spreaker users are not used to having these kind of shows yet. They're more music based. But the quality is really excellent. And people who are on it should get used to calling. It's good to call. Doesn't hurt.
You said you were coming back when? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Well, maybe if you can get settled, maybe we'll do a show on Thursday.
I was thinking of doing a show on Monday from the Dominican Republic. I was serious. It's easy. I have an internet and I have a laptop.
Oh, so I can call up.
You can call up as always.
Oh, okay.
I will text you before and let you know and write up a topic. And
all right.
Maybe Elisa is going to go with me to the Dominican Republic. She'll be able to...
well, why don't you take her with you? She could be a date.
Well, she could be our music critic.
She and Sammy.
Yeah.
Sammy is, 10?
Yeah.
I think, and Alex is 7. Oh, that's a nice match.
Alex is 8.
That's an even better match.
Yeah. All right.
Start 'em young.
That's it.
She's a good-looking blonde.
Yeah, his daughter.
Cute little girl.
And Alex is a nice light brown hair.
He's a good-looking boy.
Yeah. They could play mailman together.
And he's already Catholic, so nobody has to convert.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at this. You're making, You know what they say? You know what the Yiddish word is? You're making a shidduch, which is a matchmaker.
Matchmaker, make me a match. Catch me a catch.
I don't know. No, not really, but okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are just full of umph and ready to roll, but we need some people to call.
We have we got plenty of nothing to talk about from Porgy and Bess.
Yes.
I mean, Felix will be the first to tell me. I got plenty of nothing. Nothing's plenty for me.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now we'll go back to what's going on. Trump today soundly denounced David Duke, the KKK, and all other hate groups.
In a minute and a half at the end of his speech. Think about that. All know, Felix.
He soundly denounced them.
I am the first one to say that unemployment is at the lowest point. The market, which is really doing very well, I'm afraid it's going to crash, with everybody's expectations. But for now, the market is going great. The regular jobs, though, have not come back to certain areas, as he said, in Wisconsin, in Ohio, places that he's been promising, Michigan. But I mean, it's still early in the first year. But you do have the problem of what he calls fake news is really the real news, and what he dishes out, people don't know what to believe.
Well, you certainly don't.
Well, because he says one thing, and then when it's questioned at a White House press conference, right away, Sarah Huckabee Sanders said as though he was only fooling around. Well, how do we know he was fooling around?
And because she said so.
Not so much us, but what about foreign countries? Foreign countries don't know that he's fooling around. They don't have the same type of humor that Americans may have. And somebody like Kim Jong-un doesn't have any sense of humor.
Listen, he's much smarter than all of us. He does this every few years so he can get money. You know how much billions of dollars he got from Clinton?
Well, and his people are starving because he puts it all into the military.
Yes.
Well, look,
I told you, he's probably hoping that he gets a...
the one thing saving us is the fact that Kelly, Mattis, H.R. McMaster, all these guys, the military minds are very bright. They faced these problems before. But you know who I'm going to miss? I decided, I don't know why, I'm going to miss the Mooch.
Who's the Mooch?
Scaramucci. Queen, the group.
Yeah, well, he's from here.
Can you do
He's from Long Island.
Can you do the fandango? Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening. Scaramucci. I love his totally Italian way of expressing himself. Reminds me of all the guys I grew up with in high school.
What you talking about, boy? You messing with me?
No, are you talking to me?
You're talking to me, fella.
Poor imitation of Robert De Niro in Taxi. What can I say?
Yeah, well, nobody can imitate that man.
Hey, listen, the bottom line is nobody Scaramucci was on, I forgot whose show yesterday, one of the talk shows. And he said, nobody suffered like I did for that telephone conversation. He blamed Ryan Lizza because he thought it was off the record, but he never said it was off the record. Had he said that, it would have been off the record. But here you have somebody who would have been in charge of White House communications. You figure he would know better than to talk to a reporter, without saying first that it's off the record, But he said what he said, and he owned up to it. He said, I shouldn't have said it. I didn't know he was taping it. I'm not going to make excuses or get around it. Basically, he said, this is how I roll. And, nobody but him suffered for what he did. He lost his job, although he still has his job in the banking department. He was originally hired to be some sort of banking advisor. Okay? So he still has that job, but his marriage went south. He wasn't there for the birth of his child. Okay? These are things, one of my favorite songs by Harry Chapin is Cats in the Cradle. And I used to teach it to my class. And, I'll just sing the first couple of verses. I will recite the first few verses. It's a father talking about his son. And he says, my child arrived just the other day. He came in the world in the usual way. But there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away. And he was talking before I knew it. And as he grew, he said, I'm going to be like you, Dad. I'm going to be like you. Now, I don't know about you, but all of you guys who are fathers out there, when your children were born, you never would have said that my child came in the world in the usual way. I mean, you had to be ecstatic and filled with pride, whether it was a boy or a girl, that you became a father. And the son says, we'll catch. I want to be like you, Dad. And then listen to the chorus. The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then. We'll have a good time then. And I used to ask my class, what does that sound like to you? And invariably, somebody would raise their hand and say, it's a bunch of nursery rhymes. Well, it's true. But what's missing from the nursery rhymes? The fact that they're incomplete. And they're incomplete because the boy's life is incomplete because his father's never around. Now, in a poem or in a song, the chorus is basically used